According to the U.S. Census Survey of American Families, the number of children in the United States that have to rely on food stamps increased to 16 million, according to this data. That equals 1 in 5 children are now on food stamps. 1 in 5 children. See, this is what happens when all the money goes to the wealthy. It leaves nothing for everyone else. Remember, a lot of people on food stamps are working, but they're not getting paid what they need to survive on their own. So they have to end up getting on government benefits to feed their children, to feed their families, to take care of themselves. That is a huge problem. And this huge problem is made even worse when lawmakers continue to push for cuts in our system. They're pushing, last year, remember, they pushed for $40 billion in cuts from SNAP program over the next 10 years, from the Farm Bill. Now, they ended up passing a paltry $8.6 billion from the program. Yeah, paltry my ass. That eliminated benefits for nearly 900,000 people. And they continue to do this. More and more children have to rely on these benefits because their parents no longer make any money. They do not make enough money to survive, despite the fact that they're working, because their wages are so low, or they're so depressed. Because the 1% and the 0.1% have captured all of the income gains since the depression, or recession. Kind of feels like a depression, doesn't it? And reading these stories will give you depression. And this is what happens. You capture everything, and you leave nothing for everyone else who is just trying to work, who is trying to survive. They get on these food stamp programs, and then, of course, callous politicians, in order to save a buck, because they no longer get that money in revenue, because they will not tax the wealthy, they say, well, we're going to chop this. We're going to chop education. We're going to chop any sort of program to help feed people because they're moochers. And we're going to talk about corporate welfare later. And corporate welfare is a huge part of this too. That we give away so much money to wealthy people who don't need it, who don't deserve it. And then we say, sorry guys, we're broke. We're going to cut your food stamps.